All right, guys. So now I'm going to do stage 2 for leg workout time. All right, I want you to warm up. So everybody warm up the way you want. I like to warm up my hips. So I'll do a lot of different type of stretches or movements. Some of you might do cardio first. I always love doing that before I do weight training myself. So make sure you stretch out first so you're not just getting into these exercises and thinking everything's just going to flow. Okay? So, to warm up to start with, what we're going to do is we're going to do like a runner's pose for yoga, but we're going to end up doing it with weights. So, a runner's pose for like yoga is when you're coming back here and you're way back and you're almost trying to come down really low. Okay? It's a stretch. What we're going to do different that I call runner's pose is I'm going to lunge way back, further than I ever like to say, but my back's going to stay straight up. I'm not rolling forward. So I'm going to be like this, and I'm going to stand up. And then I'm going to go back farther than I ever have. So if you look, this is what I normally would do on a lunge. This is what I'm doing this time. So be very, very careful. You're not going to be able to do a lot of weight. You might not be able to do any. But the secret is, if you don't have a mirror, set up your phone, and you don't have to video record yourself, but leave it on video so you can see yourself not do this. You want this. And you want to stand up. Very, very important. Okay? So, same aspect that we did with the upper body. We'll do 3 sets of 10. Stick with one leg to exhaustion. So you do the 3 sets with your left leg, then move to your right leg and do 3 sets. So when you're done the set, walk it off. Get a drink if you need it. Take 10 seconds, up to 30, then do it again. We really, really want to focus on the mind to muscle right now. So if you're wearing watches and devices, your heart rate's not going to go up. And it's not going to say you burned a lot of calories. But you're burning calories 24/7 that these devices can't take. Okay, they can't get them in for you. So that means we want to keep your metabolism high. And you're not going to have a fast metabolism or be able to metabolize food more if you're always running and doing cardio. So don't worry about, I've got a device. Do not worry about how many calories it says burn. Lean muscle burns more than just lean fat, which is kind of funny. So you can be skinny fat and have a terrible metabolism and still not be able to eat a lot. Okay? That being said, teaching done on that end. All right? So when that's done and you did both legs, you should be a lot looser. Okay? What we're going to do is we're going to hold it hammer style. And what I'd like to do, if you can, now remember, everything's kind of with a grain of salt. I'm not with you, so you kind of have to find your progression. But what you're going to shoot for here is you're going to try to go knee to thigh and back up and squeeze. Knee to thigh, back up and squeeze. When I say squeeze, squeeze your quads, squeeze your glutes. Fire. Try to drive with your ankle, not your heel, not your toe. Ankle bone. When you get done your set, shake it off. Once again, you'll do a set of 3. If you can get 15 reps, go for it. If 10 is your limit, also hit 10. Okay, so 10 to 15 for everything. When that's all said and done, all right, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to do a Roman chair lift for our butt and hamstrings into a squat, but with them on our side. So I'm going to go shoulder width apart. So they're going to be about this far, okay? I'm going to push my butt back, soft knees, really arc everything. I'm going to do the dead, then right into the squat. Now I'll go from the side, okay? So my knees are slightly bent. I got a nice flat back, but you're going to see a nice round curvature for my butt down into the hamstring, a good stretch. Don't back stretch, hamstring stretch. So tilt your hips up. Once they're tilted and you're here, we'll come up, and then we're going to go right into a full squat. Okay, so that's 10. So 10 reps of them together is actually 20. So this will be a good blaster and burner. Once you're done your 3 sets, shake it off. Now we're going to do some calf raises. So I'm going to hold the weights in my hand, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to go up on my tiptoes as high as I can, hold my core and my balance right at the top for 1 count, then back down. The minute it touches, I'm going right back up. 1, down, up, 1, down. Now I'm not going to start 1 until I'm at the peep of my calf. So really get that to burn. Alrighty? You're going to do 3 sets of that. So your calves should start burning after that. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to hold our weights. And I'm going to hold it just like this. And this will be our kind of cardio, burning it out. So after all those other leg movements that you've done, we're going to finish up. What I'd like you to try to do is 1 minute on, 30 seconds off. 1 minute on, 30 seconds off, 1 minute on. That being said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to chop wood, like if any of you watch class, and I'm going to do this. And I'm going to try to fire my quads, and I'm just using my arms as momentum to kind of stretch everything out. This is like anaerobic, so I would like you to go as heavy as you can and really struggle to get that minute. When you do that, I would suggest play with your angles a little bit so you get the inner thigh. You're going to end up getting your hips. Try to keep everything over the quad. Okay, so that one's a little tricky on how fast to go and how heavy to do it. So once again, the first workout for upper body and this lower one, it's designed for you to get mind to muscle connection, go slow, squeeze and feel. If you don't have enough weight, move the movement slower. If you've got enough heavy weight, get enough where you're pushing but not breaking. Now, like what I like to tell people when I'm training them, if I say 10 to 15 reps and you can get 12 reps every time, then shoot for a couple more. If you're hitting 12 every time and you have the capability of going up in weight, go up in weight, try to hit 8 or 9 reps. What happens is we get infatuated with the rep range. If you can always hit the number you're shooting for, you're never going to progress to get to better. So if I say try to hit 10, but you grabbed too heavy a dumbbell and you only got 8 or 9, I'm happy. If you said, Greg, I hit all 3 sets of 10, I'm not as happy because I'd rather have you get a couple more or a couple less because I know you're pushing a little harder. Make sense? All right. Have a good day, guys.